In recent months, Canada and India have found themselves at the center of a diplomatic dispute that has drawn international attention. This issue stems from allegations by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau suggesting the Indian government's involvement in the assassination of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a Sikh separatist leader, on Canadian soil. The aftermath of these claims has ignited a diplomatic firestorm, affecting relations between the two countries. In this essay, we'll break down the key facts and background of the situation, explore the political implications, and offer insights into how both Canada and India are handling the crisis. Who was Hardeep Singh Nijjar? Hardeep Singh Nijjar was a prominent advocate for the Khalistan movement, which calls for an independent Sikh homeland in India's Punjab region. The Khalistan movement has been a sensitive issue in Indian politics, as India views it as a significant security threat. Sikh militancy, particularly during the 1980s, led to violent conflicts and the eventual assassination of Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Since then, any movements or organizations promoting Khalistan have been labeled as extremist in India. Nijjar, who lived in Canada, was an outspoken supporter of this movement and led protests and advocacy efforts on behalf of Sikh separatism. India classified Nijjar as a terrorist, accusing him of involvement in violent activities, a claim that Nijjar denied. Despite this designation, Nijjar was a Canadian citizen, and his activities in Canada, including protests and organizing within the Sikh community, were protected by Canadian law, particularly as they involved the peaceful expression of political views. The assassination of Nijjar. On June 18, 2023, Nijjar was shot and killed outside a Sikh temple in Surrey, British Columbia. His murder shocked the local Sikh community and prompted calls for justice. Initially, the case was treated as a targeted killing, and Canadian authorities launched an investigation. However, what began as a local crime investigation soon spiraled into an international incident. In September 2023, Prime Minister Trudeau made a dramatic announcement in the Canadian Parliament, stating that Canadian intelligence had credible evidence linking agents of the Indian government to Nijjar's assassination. This accusation was unprecedented and marked a significant escalation in diplomatic tensions between Canada and India. Canada's accusations and India's response. Trudeau's allegations were met with swift denials from the Indian government. India described the claims as absurd and politically motivated. Indian officials argued that the Canadian government was not doing enough to address what they saw as extremist elements within the Sikh diaspora. In Canada, particularly those supporting the Khalistan movement. In the days following Trudeau's statement, both Canada and India expelled senior diplomats in a tit-for-tat move, further straining diplomatic relations. While Canada maintained that its intelligence services were continuing to investigate the matter, India criticized the Trudeau government for failing to provide evidence to back up its claims. The situation escalated into a broader diplomatic rift, with trade talks between the two countries being suspended, and India urging its citizens to exercise caution when traveling to Canada. The broader context: Khalistan movement and Canada-India relations. The roots of this diplomatic dispute lie in the broader historical and political context of the Khalistan movement. The movement has been largely dormant within India since the 1990s, but has found some support among the Sikh diaspora, particularly in countries like Canada, the United Kingdom, and the United States. For many Indian Sikhs, Khalistan is a highly sensitive issue, as it brings back memories of the violent insurgency that rocked Punjab in the 1980s and the state's brutal response. Canada, with its large Sikh population, has been home to vocal Khalistan supporters. While the Canadian government does not endorse the Khalistan movement, it has historically allowed individuals like Nijjar to express their views, provided they do not engage in illegal activity. India, however, has consistently expressed frustration with what it perceives as Canada's tolerance of pro-Khalistan groups, viewing their activities as a threat to Indian sovereignty and security. Political implications for Canada. Domestically, Trudeau's announcement has sparked debates within Canada about the country's relationship with India and how it manages its intelligence and diplomatic affairs. While Trudeau's stance on the Nijjar case may resonate with parts of the Canadian Sikh community, it has also raised questions about the strength of Canada's intelligence-gathering capabilities and whether it acted prematurely in making such serious allegations against a foreign government. Moreover, the opposition Conservative Party, led by Pierre Poilievre, has criticized Trudeau's handling of the situation, calling for more transparency and stronger action to defend Canadian sovereignty. Some commentators have also raised concerns about the broader implications of the dispute, particularly in terms of trade relations and the potential consequences for Canadian businesses with ties to India. India's perspective and international relations. From India's perspective, the allegations represent a serious affront to its sovereignty and diplomatic standing. India views the Canadian accusations as an attempt to appease certain domestic political constituencies, particularly in British Columbia, where the Sikh population is significant. Indian officials have expressed frustration over what they see as Canada's failure to curb the activities of Khalistan supporters and have warned that such allegations could have long-term consequences for bilateral relations. Internationally, this incident has drawn attention to the complexities of managing relations between countries with large diasporas that have differing political interests. Canada and India, both Commonwealth nations, have historically had positive relations, but the Nijjar case has brought underlying tensions to the surface. How both countries navigate this crisis could shape the future of their relationship for years to come. Conclusion: what comes next? As of now, the diplomatic tensions between Canada and India show no signs of abating. Canada has reiterated its call for a thorough investigation into Nijjar's murder and continues to stand by its intelligence findings. On the other hand, India remains firm in its denial of any involvement and is pushing for Canada to crack down on pro-Khalistan elements within its borders. In the coming months, the world will be watching closely to see how this situation unfolds. Will Canada be able to provide concrete evidence to support its claims? Will India take further steps to distance itself from the accusations? Or will the two nations find a way to de-escalate the situation? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. The diplomatic rift between these two countries is likely to have lasting repercussions. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into Canadian politics and international affairs. Tap the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. We've got more great content on the way. Drop a comment below to let us know your thoughts on this issue and what you'd like us to cover next. We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.